Today guys, we're gonna be tasting Karu's Affinity Gin, so stick around and see exactly what it tastes like. So guys, Karu's Affinity Gin is made right here in New South Wales, the base of the Blue Mountains, by husband and wife duo Nick and Ali Ayres. From what I understand, Karu is actually Estonian for the word bear. There's a few reasons for this. One, they actually have some Estonian heritage themselves, but secondly, it really just symbolizes their fearless approach to gin making. Now, I do know that the Affinity Gin is intended to be a contemporary Aussie take on that London dry style. I'm expecting that juniper forward profile with a good amount of citrus and also a good amount of spice to it as well. Now I know Nick and Ali take a lot of care in sourcing their botanicals, everything sustainably sourced, and also I know that they grow the lemon myrtle in their own garden, which is pretty rare because most people just buy it in and it's dried, so they're using it fresh, so that's really interesting. Now, I have to admit, I have tried this one before. I actually discovered it at a Fever Tree Festival not that long ago, and when I went there, I was with a whole bunch of friends, and literally every single person that tried this gin thought it was absolutely amazing. This one is definitely a surefire crowd pleaser. So let's give this one a smell and see what we've got. Oh, amazing. The first thing I get is a big punch of juniper. Then after that, I get a little bit of an undertone of earthy spice, almost forest floor, like absolutely amazing. Let's see what else there is. The more I come back to it, the fresher it becomes. I get a big eucalyptus kind of freshness, but also that lemon myrtle just cuts through, balances everything out with a big citrus blast. Let's see if it's the same when we taste it. Okay, I didn't really expect that. It's actually a little bit more subtle on the taste, but what I really love is the texture of this one. I believe they use almond as a botanical in this gin, and that just gives it this really beautiful, creamy, silky smooth texture, almost a little bit like vanilla as well. It's absolutely amazing. You've got to try it to find out. The more I go back to it, I get more delicate floral notes, almost like orange blossoms and fresh cut flowers. There was also a little bit of sweet orange peel kind of notes going on there. And then that lemon myrtle really starts to come through. Then after that, on the finish, it really dries down, that juniper comes out and just takes you all the way to the end. It is exactly what they set out to, and that's a really great Aussie take on that London dry style. So how are we gonna drink it based upon the flavors that we talked about before? Well, I did play around with it a little earlier, and I found Fever Tree Elderflower Tonic worked really, really well. It really just elevated all those floral notes that I got and just kind of gave it all-round elegance and did justice to this absolutely amazing gin. As for a garnish, I usually go with some red apple. I really find that sweetness and that fruity notes add an extra dimension, but also really, again, it just helps to support those delicate floral notes. If you're more of a cocktail person, we're gonna do something quite similar with that. We're gonna bring out all those floral notes, really kind of tie with all those citrus notes and add an extra fruity dimension at the same time. The cocktail I'm recommending for you is a Bramble. It's an all-time classic, a little gin sour essentially, with a bit of blackberry liqueur. It's absolutely delicious. You've got to give it a crack. So Karu's Affinity Gin comes in at around the $75 to $80 mark for this 700ml bottle. So I think that's really great value for the quality of gin you're getting here. You've got to go out and get a bottle, guys, and try it for yourself, because it's a really great everyday drinker, this one. If you want to discover more like this, don't forget to hit subscribe and the little bell so you don't miss anything. But until next time, guys, cheers.